My name is Jafita Lane Abrams, and I'm interviewing Sudi and Marcus on his journey post transplant, which is now their journey because, as we know, this does not exist in a vacuum.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. The last time we spoke, we covered your career, some of your background, and things like that. So today, I would like to hear a little about how the pandemic has affected both of you pre and post transplant.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Well, pretty much we couldn't have like friends and family over our house,
And we still don't.
and we still don't.
Yeah, that covers pre and post, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, we had to
So, how
limit.
right. How did you manage, maintaining your dialysis appointments and things like that?
Well, I only had to see my nurse, my dialysis nurse, because I do my dialysis at home.
What you used
What
to.
yeah, I used to. So,
Um,
that really helped out, being the fact I didn't have to go to a center
oh,
and do
yeah, that is awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, he
oh,
does.
wow.
He used to do the peritoneal dialysis, which is like short for PD. So
Okay.
machine was at home, and the only person that we pretty much communicated with was the dialysis nurse. She would come in and basically, navigate us through different things that was going on that we needed shots or whatever. But as far as the pandemic, we haven't
Yeah,
seen any.
that eliminated a cross section of people that you would have encountered if you actually went out. That's actually impressive. I didn't even know that you could have dialysis at home.
Yeah.
That
yes.
that's great.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. So we didn't have that trouble as far as going to
To
the
the
To the
to the
to
center,
doctor. Okay, that's good. Very good. So, how did each of you feel? I think this is, one of those big questions. How did each of you feel when you received that call informing you that there was a match? Let's start with who actually received the call. Which of the two of you?
well, I got the call first, but I thought it was just someone just confirming an appointment because he had an appointment that day. So I just gave him the phone and said they want to confirm an appointment.
yeah,
Not
she gave me the phone. I was halfway asleep when she gave me the
And he
phone,
had just got off the
and I
machine.
had just got off the machine, so I was kind of like out of it. And this lady was at the other end of the phone. She was like, "I think we have a kidney for you." I was like, "I got still."
You woke up immediately, right?
Yeah, I got real still. I was like, everything started to slow down
Wow.
as she started to speak, and I was like, "You have a what for me?"
And all I
Oh my goodness.
and all
Yeah.
I could hear was okay. Oh, all right. Okay. And then he put the phone down and I'm like, what's going on? And he said, I think they got a kidney for me. And I'm like, what do you mean they got a kidney for you? They're gonna call back and tell us what to do. And I'm like,
Wow.
let's get dressed. We started just scrambling and she called back and was to
Oh
go
my
to
god! I went
Wow.
to the bathroom. I thought I needed to shave, so I plugged my razor up to the wall, and she was like, "Don't be shaving right now. You don't got time to be doing that. You don't care about that."
Yeah, let's get over there. We don't want them giving it to somebody else, huh?
So she threw these clothes in my hands. I just start putting on clothes. I just didn't know.
Oh my
You know?
goodness.
I started getting ready to go to the door, and next thing you know, we downstairs and in the car, and then off we went. And it was like, I guess we went through some red lights that day.
I don't want to disclose that.
This was
It's crazy that brings tears to my eyes because I'm hearing it this long after and I'm moved by it. I can't even put myself in your shoes at the time of that happening.
oh
It's
my
no
god, it
warning.
was ever so real.
They don't give you
Wow.
any warning at
No
all.
At
Like,
warning.
all.
and when they tell you like that whole thing with the social workers through the whole process before we got the transplant, oh, be prepared. We actually was like, oh, they're gonna give us some kind of warning. There was no warning. We had our bags packed. But we, as soon as we got that call, first thing is we gotta get the bag. It's like he was pregnant or something.
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
So, but that was the only thing. I mean, that was the only thing that we were prepared for. But everything else, we had no idea. We got
Wow.
to the they call us at 8 o'clock,
8:30.
8:30. Got to the hospital, and that's at the ER, and that's pretty much where the process started. And it was just like everything was just like, I,
Just happening so
it was
fast.
happening it was happening so fast that he was just like he couldn't believe it. We didn't even really talk to call any family members
We
because
didn't have time.
we didn't know what was
Wow.
going on.
No.
We didn't
Yeah,
know.
especially when they say we think. It somehow it still doesn't feel like they're 100% sure. How is that?
Right, because they with the kidney transplant procedures that they have to do a battery of tests, and you have to pass those tests in order for you to hit the surgery. So he had to do a COVID test. He had to do like a whole bunch of blood work, and then they had to do something else. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
another.
blood work. They had to do blood work.
It was another blood
COVID
work,
test.
COVID test, and something else. And you have to pass all three. The crazy thing about it is there were two people ahead of him that did not pass.
My
Those
God.
they didn't pass. So when they didn't pass, they called Marcus,
And I was number 3 on the list,
This.
and
which that normally don't happen.
happen.
Wow.
That does not happen.
While I'm really sorry for those people's experiences,
I always pray for them because
Yeah.
being that close and just saying sorry. One of them apparently didn't. They didn't go through the.
ooh,
They didn't
yeah,
pass the test.
I pray that they have, matched or, been able to receive their organs by now. But I must say that God works in mysterious ways. That was for you, right?
Right.
Oh
That
yeah.
was for you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because prior to that, I mean, like we told us, like we were telling you, we didn't go out. He was isolated, like he was like one of those like baby in a bubble.
Yes.
Didn't go out. So when they did the COVID test, it's like the lady was like, if he doesn't pass the
Well,
COVID test, he won't be able to get the
Well,
kidney.
I knew I was going to pass because
Past that.
He didn't go anywhere, and I
You
only went
know.
to the supermarket and to his appointments, and we were always masked up. We were always doing everything that we needed
and
to do.
And I kept telling them, I know I'm going to pass.
Right.
So I started getting my mind right and have a good enough confidence to go in.
Right.
Because I didn't want to go in underconfident.
Right.
Because it's like when you go into an operating room, you got to boost yourself up.
Yes.
And I was
positive.
I was just trying to put positive energy through me and the surgical team that was going to be with me, because I didn't want them doubting that I'm doubting. So I had to give them confidence that everything was going to be fine.
Yes. I love your thought process. My goodness.
He really was strong the whole time. I was calm, but inside, believe me, Javita, it was like
shaking.
I was like, what is going on? I was praying for basically everybody to be on board. And the wonderful thing about it was the staff, at and I'll disclose Cleveland Clinic in Weston, Florida, they were on it. They were on it down to the surgeons. Like, they made me feel comfortable. They made me feel like, okay, this was going to happen. He's going to come out of it perfect. He was going to, and it turned, everything worked out.
And he certainly did. And he's a living testimony sitting here looking at me, answering questions. I thank you guys so much for devoting some more time with me. We're going to do this again sometime soon. I look forward to it. And thank you again so much. Your story is inspiring, empowering, encouraging, all of that. And so I want everyone to know what you went through and how you handled it. And so I look forward to talking with you again sometime soon.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
For everything.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. It's my pleasure.